Have you ever looked around you, at the church perhaps, or the city, or even the world, and thrown your hands up in despair? If so, you are far from alone. From long before even there was a church, God's people have often looked around and have been tempted to give in to a sense of hopelessness about the world, whether the whole world or just the place where they happen to live. The Psalms frequently address this feeling, giving voice to our sense of helplessness and hopelessness. Psalm 12 is one of those psalms. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas. And this is your daily devotional for Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. What is evil? Is it real, or is it something we just dreamed up? And if evil is real, what is it? The Psalms return to this question time and time again, identifying evil in a variety of ways. Psalm 12 gives it a very specific meaning, a very specific name, one that may surprise some of us. The psalm begins with a cry for help in the face of ungodly people. Help, O Lord, for there is no longer anyone who is godly. The faithful have disappeared from humankind. They utter lies to each other. With flattering lips and a deceitful heart they speak. May the Lord cut off all flattering lips, the tongues that make great boasts, those who say, with our tongues we will prevail. Our lips are our own. Who is our master? Well, so far so good. We can look around us, and at times this seems to describe our reality. There is evil afoot in the form of people who tell lies and get ahead through false flattery, who proclaim their own greatness and who declare themselves the masters of their fate. In our heart of hearts, we can even name some of these folks by name. But here's the thing. This description is general enough that we can put just about anyone with whom we have serious disagreements in this category. But believe it or not, different ones of us will identify very different kinds of people as the ones who utter lies. And good Christian people of different persuasion will even identify other Christians as evil. What one group considers good, another identifies as evil, and vice versa. Now, if the psalm ended here, we might be secure in our own interpretation who fits into the category of evildoers. But suddenly, the psalm becomes quite specific. It continues, "Because the poor are despoiled, because the needy groan, I will now rise up, says the Lord. I will place them in the safety for which they long." So here it's not just anyone with whom we happen to differ. Evil is identified with those who oppress the poor and needy. Let's be honest, though. That includes a lot of Christian people, probably more than you and I would be comfortable admitting. There are plenty of Christian people who belittle the poor and who believe that the poor are poor only because of their own failings. Pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, they say, not really realizing the absurdity of this expression, which originally pointed to the impossibility of doing it. Try literally lifting yourself by pulling up on your own bootstraps, and you'll get why it points to a practical impossibility. Yes, a few people might get lucky and escape poverty by their own efforts, but even their own efforts have come with the help of a lot of other people, including teachers and mentors along the way. But for the mass of the poor, the taunts of the wealthy do nothing but reinforce their sense of powerlessness. Because the poor are despoiled, because the needy groan, describes the state of evil, to which God proclaims that He will rise up to help. I will now rise up, says the Lord. I will place them in the safety for which they belong. So evil in this psalm has a very specific meaning. It is the oppression of the poor in all its forms. The psalmist ends with a declaration of trust in God's saving action on behalf of the poor and the oppressed. The promises of the Lord are promises that are pure, says the psalm, silver refined in a furnace on the ground, purified 7 times. You, O Lord, will protect us. You will guard us from this generation forever. On every side the wicked growl, as vileness is exalted among humankind. This is a pretty powerful statement about the reality of evil and about what evil looks like. But it is an even more powerful declaration of trust in God, who rescues the poor. Tomorrow, Psalm 96 declares God's universal reign. But for now, may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.